Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm really excited to bring to you 5 new viral fragrances. They're hot off the press. I can't wait to share them with you. But before I get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. Join the Weird Wonderful family. It would be amazing to have you part of the community, and let's get into this. So Khadlaj was kind enough to send these to me. They've recently given me a discount code for you guys, so everything will be linked down below. So if you choose to partake, that's fine. If I can find links, I know it's hard for Canada and the US, I think, to get Khadlaj. Like, it's a little bit more difficult. So if I can find links to these that are for North America, I'll leave that as well. But of course, the discount code only works on the Khadlaj site. And all of this are my real thoughts. They don't tell me I have to say nice things about these. The first one is called Nuha Cherry Blush. So that is the bottle. Love the color on this. And I've worn all 5 of these on the skin, but like I love the color of this bottle. This cap is actually nice and heavy. Like it's nice packaging. So actually all the Khadlaj bottles that I have so far, I actually like all of the packaging. This is a cherry-centric fragrance. It has cherry, rum, and wine in the opening. In the heart, it has jasmine, rose, orris, raspberry, and cedarwood. And the base has tonka, labdanum, vanilla, vetiver, musk, and sandalwood. I got all of these about a week ago. I've tried all of them on the skin. This one is similar to something like a Love Fest Burning Cherry. Love Fest Burning Cherry. It's in that same family. This one, I find that the cherry is, or Ophidian black cherry, is that what it's called? Whatever, the cherry one in the Ophidian collection. It's similar to that too. But this one, the cherry is a little bit sweeter and tartar. I really enjoy the cherry on this one. I think it's because of the raspberry. It smells sweet, it smells bright. Almost reminds me a little bit of the cherry licorice vibe, if you know what I mean, like that cherry candy, but it's not super saccharine. It's not super artificial. Cherry can be, like, if it goes cough drop, cough drop vibe, I'm out. This doesn't have that. It's nice and thick, sweet, a little bit sticky feeling for sure. The booziness is absolutely present. Really enjoy that. And as this dries down, it gets a lot more woody. So I notice the woodiness. I don't notice the same kind of woodiness that I would in a Love Fest Burning Cherry that has that Gaiac wood and that Palo Santo. This is definitely a little bit more just woody. So I actually really enjoyed wearing this. I found the longevity was moderate. Can't really speak to it because I only wore it the one time. So I'd have to give it a couple times to really pay attention to that. But this is a decent cherry fragrance. We have so many cherry fragrances these days, and this fits in that same genre of being a delicious, boozy cherry. So whether you need it or not, it's a great one, but there's so many of them out there that are very, very similar. And this would be the same thing. This isn't reinventing the wheel by any means, but I really enjoy it. In fact, it's actually, as far as that brighter cherry version, I would say I like this one over Ophidian. Yeah. Ophidian to me is a lot more woody. This stays more in that cherry boozy vibe, more so than the woodiness. So from that perspective, it's fun. I think it would be a great one to layer with something like Elisab Le Parfum. So to amp up kind of the white florals with this, I think would be literally gorgeous. So I'm going to give that a try, but I'm happy to have this. But like I said, if you've got cherries that fit that genre, how many you need, that's up to you. The next one is called Nuha Vanilla Pearl, and this bottle is absolutely gorgeous. Like, it reminds me of opals. You know how opals have that, you can see it even in here. I just think that this bottle is so pretty. So really enjoy the bottle. The fragrance, I was so excited when I sprayed this one because I got such a beautiful burst of juicy fruits. It has freesia, strawberry, and black currant in the opening. In the heart, it has cashmere, magnolia, and raspberry. And then the base has vanilla, moss, and carême. I don't know what creme is. I'll be right back. I guess creme is just caramel. When I first sprayed this, I got such an amazing burst of kind of strawberry-esque deliciousness. It's so tasty. So I definitely get strawberry, but then as it dries down, it gets a little bit tart, honestly. So there's a tart candy-esque vibe to this, which reminded me honestly of Kayali's Eden Sparkling Lychee. So I looked on Fragrantica, it said that it reminds them of Angel Nova. I don't think it's anything like that. Candy Rock Sugar, I don't think it's anything like that. Care Confection, no. Yara Candy, haven't smelt. But this one gave me that Eden Sparkling Lychee DNA, so kind of a tart, juicy gummy bear fruit, very vibrant. I enjoyed the opening of this more than the dry down, just because I was anticipating that it would get even more strawberry-esque. It's energizing, it's happy, it's mood boosting. I'm really happy to have this one, and we'll definitely be rocking this in the spring for sure. Actually, between these two, I would say this one's my favorite just because we're headed into spring. But even though this is cherry and kind of like that boozy cherry, this is definitely one that you could wear in the spring for sure. So both of these will definitely be getting worn. I'd say my favorite is the Vanilla Pearl. I just wish that the strawberry would last a little bit longer as opposed to going to a more gummy bear candy vibe. In the mid. In the heart, it kind of smooths out and gets a little bit softer. Really enjoyed this one. Now the next fragrance, it reminds me of Cafe Latte that I got in kind of near Christmas. This one is called Mocha Latte. Again, this bottle is literally stunning. This is probably my favorite bottle out of all of them. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. Like Khadlaj does a great job on their bottles. The opening of this is cinnamon, orange, and cardamom. The heart is coffee, licorice, and chocolate. And then the base is benzoin, vanilla, and tonka bean. When I first put this on my skin, I'm like, oh wow, like I like this so much better than the Cafe Latte one. And what I liked about it was as it warmed up on the skin, it wasn't like a super duper coffee fragrance. I feel like there's a floral in here that like it's not noted, but I feel like there's some sort of floral in here, like a hint of orange blossom. And so that's what I got first on my skin. The second time that I applied it, I applied a whole lot more of it. And instantly what came to mind was Camera by Lattafa, but I would say closer to the Camera Kawa. So it wasn't quite as sweet and date-like as Camera. Camera I found too sweet. This one I don't find too sweet. So I actually really enjoy this. I get a hint of coffee, but it's like more on the air as opposed to a major coffee-centric fragrance. I don't get any chocolate. I just get a sweet kind of jammy date-like coffee. That's what I get. So I enjoy it. Camera, I gave it away to my sister who really loved it. That scent profile is uber popular. So things like Angel Share, Camera, Camera Kawa, Sugar Leather, all of those ones where it's quite a sugary, slightly coffee-esque vibe or some spice with some sugar. That's kind of what you're getting in this one. This one's a little bit more airy, not quite as thick. So for me, it's way more wearable. I think that lots of people will really like this one. This DNA I struggle with just because I struggle with the original kind of vibe. I definitely prefer this over Camera, like I said, or Camera Kawa. It's not quite as potent, a little bit more airy. So I actually think it's really gorgeous. It's quite sophisticated. It's just not my vibe though. So if you like that vibe, that Angel Share vibe or the Camera vibe, that kind of vibe, you're gonna love this one. I think that this one is more wearable than Angel Share and Camera. So from that perspective, I think it's beautiful. It's just not necessarily for me. Next fragrance is White Forest Strawberry. And I actually love the packaging on this too. Like, I basically want to eat this bottle. It's so, so cute. When I heard strawberry, I was so extremely excited. Plus, I saw a few reviews on this, and everyone was talking about what a creamy, delicious strawberry it was. So when I saw that I got this, I was so, so pumped. And then I sprayed it, and I was so, so shocked that I didn't get the creamy strawberry that everyone was getting. I got a hit of bergamot and musk. So I looked up the notes, and the top notes are strawberry and blackberry. The heart notes are jasmine and rose, and the base is vanilla, amber, and sandalwood. So that is what is on the Khadlaj site. I don't get any creaminess from this. I get bergamot. I really get, honestly, a very similar vibe to Yum Pistachio Gelato. So totally get the opening of that bergamot, that fresher opening. As this sits on the skin, it gets a little bit more creamy, but never strawberry. It would be more like the pistachio gelato. So I don't know if I'm just crazy or if I'm getting something completely different than what everyone else picks up. I let my husband smell it, and the first thing he said is, that smells really green. So he got the same thing that I did. He got that more, that brighter bergamot feel in the opening, and I don't feel like this dried down much different. I didn't get the fruits. I didn't get the florals. I got basically something that is very similar to that fresh aspect of Yum Pistachio Gelato. So yeah, maybe this one needs to sit for a while and mature. But so far that's what I've got. I'll weigh in. Is that a bad scent? No, it's not at all. But I was just disappointed because I was wanting something with strawberry in it. And honestly, because it said White Forest strawberry, the opening, I thought, well, maybe it's supposed to smell like fresh mountain air and then it dries down to a strawberry, because that's kind of what I got, was a fresh, almost balsamy feel in the opening. So yeah, I didn't get what anybody else has gotten. Everybody has been, so many. I listened to a bunch of reviews then because I'm like, what's the deal? And I'm hearing that this is so creamy, so strawberry-esque, so fluffy. I don't get any of that. So that's just my thoughts. Again, everybody smells things differently, but for me, I get more of a White Forest than I do the strawberry. Now that didn't sound positive, but this last one blew my socks off. Like seriously, it's so amazing. It is called Brown Choco. And I love this bottle. Like, I love these pudgy little bottles, and they're so smooth and wonderful. So I was shocked by this one because when I sprayed it in the air, when I first got it, I just thought, oh, it's another chocolate fragrance. When I spray it on a card, it also just smells kind of like chocolate, but on the skin, it is absolutely magical. It opens with nut, hazelnut, and cacao. It has pistachio, chocolate, and milk in the heart, and the base has chocolate, vanilla, and caramel. This is my new favorite chocolate fragrance. Like, I have a few really good fragrances that are chocolate, really enjoy them, but this is somehow absolutely spectacular. And what makes it so amazing are the nuts. The nuts in this smell like, not like in pistachio gelato or in something like a Girl of Now fragrance where the nuts are really sweet. The nuts in this feel roasted. So a little bit dry almost, with chocolate beside it, not chocolate even mixed into it. The dryness is literally addictive. So I put this on my skin and it almost has a little bit of a bitter vibe. Like, it smells like unprocessed cocoa as opposed, so a lot less sweet. And that's what makes this magical. It's less sweet. It's got these dry nuts, but you still get this richness from the cacao. And it almost gives it a bit of an earthy vibe. Oh my goodness, like, it is chocolate, it is nuts, but this is so spectacular. Like, seriously, unbelievable as far as how good it is. It reminded me of Estrella Estrella de Mañana by Nuit Nomade. It's different than that, but it's on the same par. So this smells, for a chocolate fragrance, really opulent. It smells very unisex, so it could be worn by a guy or a girl. That dry nut vibe in this, I can't get enough of it. I kept spraying it. It's moderate in longevity for me, so I got about 5 hours, but I'd get these glorious whiffs of this chocolatey smell, but it was tempered by the nuts, and I literally just kept topping myself up on this all day. I love it so much. I'm so blown away by how amazingly good this is. I don't know what it is about it, because you definitely get chocolate in there. So it's not just the cacao, but that nut, it's dry, it's roasted almost to the point of being burnt, which somehow doesn't sound appealing, but it is so appealing, it defies description. And for, people always talk about the fragrances that they don't want to smell like. So some people, they don't want to smell like coffee. They don't want to smell like cinnamon. They don't want to smell like this or that. I overall don't want to smell like chocolate. I want chocolate to be mixed with something else. Otherwise, I just feel like I smell like a big chocolate bar. So, and not crazy about that. Plus, chocolate sometimes can go weird. Like lait chocolat, I kind of like it, but I really struggle with it because it's got this note that's in there that feels artificial, and it reminds me of formaldehyde. I guess that would be what it is. I don't know why. This doesn't have any of that. This is just a rich, decadent, almost burnt smelling chocolate nut fragrance that feels a little bit dry and very, very grown up. Like very grown up and bordering on, like, it's not overly sweet, which makes it even more sexy. Like, this is just so good. It's addictive. I can't get enough of it. I can't talk it up enough. If you're into niche fragrances, you're going to love this because it's a little bit nichey. If you really like mass appealing designer things, then this one might be a little bit challenging for you. But seriously, one of the best chocolate fragrances I have ever smelled. I don't know what to compare it to other than Estrella de Mañana, or however you say that name, only because it's a little more grown up feeling, not so chocolatey, a little bit smoky feeling. This isn't smoky, but it's in the same genre as far as not being overly sweet, still chocolatey, but somehow uber sensual and sexy. Like, seriously, they knocked it out of the park with this one. So if I had to rate these fragrances, White Forest Strawberry would come in at number 5 because I don't get any strawberry. The Mocha Latte would come in number 4. I'd like to rate it higher because the bottle's gorgeous, and honestly, it's a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I think I would have to go light with the sprays because I struggle a little bit if they get too sweet. And this one gives me that too sticky sweet feel, like I said, Camera gives me. But this is way, way better than Camera. Way, way better. In third place would be Cherry Blush. Again, this is a great fragrance, but something's got to be third. Second place would be Nuha Vanilla Pearl. I love the juiciness of this. I especially love the opening with the strawberry. I want to see if this matures and gets a little bit more creamy, but this is just a fun, flirty, energizing wear. And Brown Choco comes in at number 1. This is seriously a freaking amazing fragrance. And like I said, this doesn't feel like it's inspired by anything. It's just its own magic. It's basically a masterpiece to me. I am so freaking in love with this. This is all I want to put on right now. And I don't know if you guys have cold weather, but we literally have had snow falling for 2 days. We were completely done with snow. It was pretty much gone. I thought spring was here. In fact, 3 days ago, I went outside without a coat on and was just fine. I just had a sweater on. It felt fantastic. And now you're seeing the pictures of the snow. It's literally insane. We've gotten probably 1.5 feet. Like, why? Why? So that is it. Please weigh in if you've tried these fragrances. I always love to hear your thoughts on them. Do you like them? Do you not? Have you tried Brown Choco? Like, seriously? Brown Choco, that is the star. That would be one of the best fragrances in the past year. In a full year, Brown Choco is right up there. I don't know what it is about it, but it's just sexy. It's satiating. Like, I don't want to eat chocolate and nuts anymore. I just want to put brown Choco on my hand. It smells so good. So I love that fragrance. Weigh in. Let me know what you think. And other than that, have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.